This video is going to elevate your ability to recognize chords within a chord progression. It's got 8 examples, and it's mostly the practice of hearing these chords. And it's going to elevate your ability to identify chords by focusing on the bass, because they're all in root position. You're going to identify the 2 chord amidst other chords, which is a new chord on this channel. And you can check out this video to get into the nitty-gritty of the supertonic triad. A few of you have requested something that helps you distinguish the 2 chord from the 6 chord, so I've got those involved here as well. And it's going to help you connect solfège to your understanding of chords. I'm Hans at tuneindigo.com. Let's begin. So if this idea of hearing within solfège and hearing chord progressions is new, make sure to check out my harmonic listening recipe, where I go deep into a whole process that'll help you. I'm not going to spend time right now on it because we want to get right to the music. You can even go straight to the part of that video which applies to this video most directly, which is listening with a focus to the bass. The link is in the description below. Think about it as having 4 stages, which are also kind of correspond to your ability level. Some of you may sail straight through all the way to the bonus on the first listening, while others of you just focus on level 1, which is simply hearing the bass. For some people, getting your ear into that texture, into a musical texture, is a challenge. So if you listen to this whole thing and the only thing you do is identify, not even identify or name, but just hear the bass, keep your attention on the bass, you've done great. So first, you'll listen for the bass. The second thing you'll do before each example ends is sing along with the bass. Maybe on a neutral syllable, or maybe you'll jump straight into level 3 or step 3, which is singing along in solfège. Then, and again, this may happen in a blink, step 4, level 4, is turning that solfège into chord numbers, where you've got do is the 1 chord, re is the 2 chord, fa is the 4 chord, so is the 5 chord, and la is the 6 chord. So you can see we've got almost all of the chords in the major scale, except for the 3, which is coming soon, and the 7, which will come in a little while. Finally, some of you may sail all the way to the step 5, which is really a bonus, which is to understand these things based on what you're hearing relative to a particular major scale and the notes of the chord within that scale. Now, again, that's a bonus, and it really starts to involve music theory, which you can get just about anywhere. On this channel, we're staying focused on hearing and understanding using solfège. And of course, your musical imagination. Got other videos coming on that one. So for that bonus level, I'm putting the piano roll, a little piano roll graphic under the answers, so that if you're tuned in to the notes of the scale, you'll see them playing out there. Now, if that's not for you, you can just ignore that and focus on my solfège hexagons that'll appear. Okay, so going to this first level, this first step, hearing that bass, you've got to listen through several layers. First of all, you know that the bass is going to be there. It's always there, right? So the bass is there. Now you're going to have to hear that through some other elements, just like in real music. First, you've got the bass, right? That's the bass. And that's always playing the roots, just the roots. So that's your answer. But it's covered up by other elements, like the guitar, which is outlining the chords, playing the root and the 3rd and the 5th of each chord. Also, another layer that's there supporting this harmonic movement is a little organ part, just holding those chords in what we call a pad. And then there's a little tune, because music has tunes. And so I put this little tune on there to give it a little zip. Finally, of course, we've got drums that keep the groove. So you're going to listen through all that. I'm doing this because it's kind of like mentally peeling away layers to get your ear inside the bass. Okay, now the first 4 measures, you're just going to hear the music. On the 5th measure, I will enter singing the roots. Then in the next measure, I'll sing the roots and the 3rds. And then in the last little bit, I'll sing the root and the 3rd and the 5th, all in solfège. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that you can hear and continue to make those connections, which I talk about in the So You Think You Know About Solfège video, to make those connections so you can really get solid with understanding what you hear in real time. Now, I've put some constraints on this practice to make it easier for you to get. First of all, every chord progression starts with the one chord and goes to another chord. Everything is in root position. The chords are limited to those 6 chords, the 1, the 2, the 4, the 5, and the 6. Okay, that's 5. Leaving the 3 chord for a future video coming up soon, and the 7 chord for a future video in the more distant future. And these are all in a major key, and there are no out-of-key notes. So once you've got that bass note in your ear, you've identified what it is, you've got the solution. I really recommend that you do this without stopping the video and allow yourself to absorb the answer when I give it to you. And then if you want to take another crack at it, wait about 24 hours and then come back. Also, I've got a different ordering of these on my website, just an audio-only version that also contains my answers, but has them in a different order so you can practice the same thing without worrying about, are you memorizing this music? Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to say that for the first couple, I'm going to kind of sort of model what I'm talking about as far as finding it. You're going to hear me using my voice to find the thing. Then starting on the third one, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to dive right in because I know what I'm doing. All right, here we go. hope you found this helpful. All the sheet music and the little graphics are all available through the resources page on tuneindigolearning.com. I'm also building a chord progression focused course. You can check that out when it comes. It may be there by the time you watch this. And there's a foundations course that really walks you through in a stepwise and systematic way, hearing all the notes in the scale to make this kind of thing super easy. Thanks a lot for listening.